Welcome to the Stone Age. Life is beautiful. You wake up, you try not to get eaten by a giant tiger, you scratch yourself, and you go to sleep. Simple. But there was one massive problem that ruined this prehistoric paradise: economics. Meet Ooga-Booga. Ooga-Booga is hungry and wants a mammoth steak. So, he takes his favorite pointy stick and goes to the local meat guy. But the meat guy doesn't want a stick. He wants a shiny rock. So Ooga-Booga goes to the rock guy. But the rock guy doesn't want a stick either. He wants a dead rat. Ooga-Booga spends 3 days doing a ridiculous chain of side quests just to eat his breakfast. This system is called Barter, and it absolutely sucks. Humanity needed a solution, something universal, something everyone would agree has value, even if it's completely useless. Enter the village shaman. One day, he picks up a perfectly round, shiny seashell from the dirt. He lifts it into the air and declares, "From now on, this shiny shell is money. Give me your meat, and I will give you this useless piece of calcium." And the craziest part? The cavemen actually agreed. Suddenly, Ooga-Booga didn't need to hunt rats anymore. He just needed to find shiny shells. The economy was booming. People were trading shells for meat, for fire, for primitive cave paintings. It was the birth of the fiat system. Trust in the shiny shell. But then, human greed kicked in. A guy named Ugg realized something dangerous. Why should I hunt mammoths for shells if I can just go to the beach and pick up more shells? Ugg had just invented the concept of printing money. Ugg brings 10 million shiny shells back to the village. Suddenly, everyone is a millionaire. They all rush to the meat guy to buy mammoth steaks. But there's a tiny problem. The amount of meat didn't increase. Only the amount of shells did. The meat guy looks at the mountain of shells and says, "Well, since you all have so many shells, the steak now costs 10,000 shells instead of 1. Congratulations, cavemen. You just experienced your first hyperinflation." Ooga-Booga's life savings, which he worked years to collect, were suddenly completely worthless. He couldn't even buy a stick with it. The shaman panicked. The shiny shell system was collapsing. They needed a new scam to keep the hamsters running in the wheel. So, the smartest caveman in the village comes up with a brilliant idea. He builds a very strong cave with a heavy rock door. He tells everyone, "Carrying shells is heavy. Bring your shells to my secure cave. In return, I will give you a special dry leaf with my footprint on it. You can trade the leaves." The first bank was born. But the banker realized something evil. Nobody ever comes to take their shells out at the same time. So he started writing footprint leaves for shells that didn't even exist, and loaning them out to other cavemen with interest. "I give you 1 leaf today. You bring me 2 leaves next moon." With all this fake leaf money flying around, the village chief got jealous. He wanted a piece of the pie without doing any work. So he invented the ultimate business model: taxes. The chief stood on a rock and announced, "Every moon, you must give me 30% of your leaves." Why? To protect you from the invisible sky demons. And if you don't pay me, I will hit you in the head with this very real, very heavy club. And just like that, the modern economy was fully assembled. You work hard to earn fake money. The bank multiplies it out of thin air to devalue it, and the guy with the biggest club takes 30% of it by force. We look back at cavemen and think they were stupid. But look around. We are still trading our lives for pieces of paper printed by modern shamans, stored in modern caves, and taxed by men with modern clubs. We critics wear better subjects now. If this prehistoric financial lesson made you rethink your bank account, smash that like button and supporting to profitable overthinking. Tell me in the comments, if society collapsed tomorrow, what would become the new money? Bottle caps? Toilet paper? See you in the next one.